mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want to stop tyranny? Well, so does he. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
All right, we are in the aftermath of the bioweapon attack the globalists created at the Wuhan lab and released and their deadly injections. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, medical doctor, has been a real trailblazer exposing all of that. She'll be joining us in the third hour today. But I want to give the number out specifically on a topic for listeners. Now, most of the time I say it's a free-for-all, whatever topic you want, but every 10 or so times I open the phones up, I say, hey, I've got a topic I want to discuss. I would like you to call in on this topic only, and it's what do you think of China and India and a bunch of other countries moving to the ruble to buy fuel and building their own digital banking system that they'd already basically set up in China. And our leaders knew that would take America's greatest ace in the hole, the dollar.
That's going to be
Nothing's
bad.
even a close second or a close hundredth.
That's going to be
Our
bad.
military is trumped by this. If the world reserve currency is no longer the dollar and this new global digital basket of currencies that the IMF and World Bank and BlackRock and Larry Fink have won. I mean, this is their wish list. I watch C-SPAN and Davos meetings for decades about their plan, and I've seen them talk about it thousands of times. I've got articles with videos of them saying it this week. They are positioning us for total collapse. They're shutting off our infrastructure, imploding our borders, pumping up the welfare system, devaluing the dollar, doing everything they can to get the world to dump the dollar, and getting Biden in there and Kamala, who they know have zero appeal with people, to be emblematic of the end of the country. So I don't say this to be negative. It's like telling your 3-year-old, don't go out the street, you can get run over and killed. And I remember when I was about 3, I kept doing it. One time my dad was driving down the street, he goes, hey, let's pull over out here. Pulled over, there was this dead orange and white cat, looked like Garfield, blood coming out of its nose, all been run over night before down the street.
Oh, not Garfield.
Kids were drag racing, my dad said. And that cat was all rigor mortis with blood coming out of its nose. And my dad said, that's what you'll be like if you keep going out the street. Because I'd climb out a window. My mom would like be cleaning or doing something, and she'd lock the doors because I'd, run out the backyard and just be gone. And we lived in an area of Dallas that, wasn't super nice, wasn't super bad, but it was still, I was just out of control, like a raccoon or something myself. And I'd open a window up and go outside. Had to be watched. I'd climb on neighbors' roofs. I'd climb up their vans. I was a little animal. And my dad spanked me and stuff didn't work, so he wouldn't show me that raccoon, or that dead cat. He also showed me a dead raccoon once, and said, you've got to stop. You'll be run over, you will be smashed, flattered to pancake. And I remember that like it was yesterday, and I was like 2.5, 3 years old, and then I still snuck out again. There was this old guy that actually owned the house my parents were renting that lived on the street, he owned like half the houses, named Mr. Bruner. And I remember him, it was yesterday in his overalls, always giving me candy and stuff. He goes, get over here, Alex. He goes, let me show you this. It was a grease spot on the ground. He goes, you see that? That's a little boy went out in the street and smashed us like a dead little booger. So promise me you're not going to go back in that street. And listen, I don't know why I'm telling you these stories. The point is, I'm telling you this because I'm not trying to be negative or scare you for no reason. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is horrible. This is wrong. And all the dumb bureaucrats on TV and the politicians and the judges and the idiot lawyers and all of them don't understand the music's stopping. The musical chairs are over and we're the one left without a seat. We have been royally screwed. And then you learn about what's going to happen with the social engineering during this long, protracted depression where we're taught the new way and we build back better by collapsing what we were. So let's put the show headline up on screen for people. I'm going to start moving these headlines. But I really want to give the number out. I want to take your calls on this topic specifically because if there's a big enough uproar And if there's a big enough awakening, and if there was enough courage in Congress and by governors and by legislatures, and if Trump could figure this out, or if DeSantis could figure it out, then there might be some hope. These politicians, even if they're good people, they all look at it one-dimensionally about, okay, is it a policy that's good for America? And will it make me look good? Even the good ones are like that. The bad ones are like, who's paying me and what makes me look good in the media? But for a Trump or a DeSantis or anybody, yeah, sanctions on Russia, yeah, war, makes them sound good. But the globalists did something and made a deal with Putin to invade. You know that. To get America to go against its own interest and do these sanctions, which would put Russia, already in a dominant position energy-wise, into the main position of power. How do you get a Trump or a DeSantis or a Senator Paul or Cruz to come out and say that? They're not going to do it. They don't believe the people are sophisticated enough to know this. And I'll guarantee you that DeSantis, and I'll guarantee you that Senator Cruz and Senator Paul are all as smart as I am. They all know this. Trump, probably not. He's not dumb. He's just in his own world. So this is really bad. And all I'm saying is we should instantly slam on the brakes and say, instead of all this posturing, oh, we'll show you, Putin, we'll stop buying your fuel and your gas, yeah. And then he just gets the whole world, other than a few European countries and us, to switch away. And a lot of folks will say, well, screw the dollar and screw this, and we're sick of the American empire. Do you understand that the globalists that have been running the American empire and sucking us dry to do this and deindustrializing us, they are the ones that are doing this. This is what they want. It isn't about, are the Russians right or the Ukrainians right? It isn't about how many Ukrainian flags you put on your Twitter or how many Russian flags. It's about pulling back to the 35,000-foot view and going, oh my gosh, they're using this to move people off the dollar onto this new digital global index, a basket of currencies that the globalists can manipulate and control and screw everybody around the world, because now the world reserve currency will be controlled by the central banks completely, and there won't be any input from America or Congress or anybody else. So the morons in Congress just get paid off. They're not even smart enough to figure this out or want real power, because they could parlay this right now, a Ted Cruz or a Senator Paul or a Josh Hawley or any of these people. But are they doing it? Because it's in The Economist and it's in the Financial Times and it's all known. It's not even debatable. What I'm telling you is like known policy globally. So yeah, when Biden says it's the end of the New World Order and that Russia and China have set up a New World Order, but America needs to lead the New World Order, he's actually being honest in his Alzheimer's. He's saying we, the former people that ran America, have screwed it over. We're handing the baton to China and Russia for the New World Order. He's actually up there wheeling around all crazy. CFR member with Richard and Haas, who admitted this was the plan all along, and they're doing it. And instead, we're debating about who's committing more war crimes in Ukraine when this whole thing is designed to destroy American dominance and put the globalists completely in the catbird seat. So here's the toll-free number to join us, 877-789-ALEX, 877-789-2539. 877-789-2539, and first-time callers only on the subject of the end of the dollar. We're very close. Do you want it to end? Are you concerned? Do you know what it's going to mean? The ramifications are just insane. I'm going to come back and talk about the ramifications, but I'm not saying I got courage, okay? And I can deal with stuff. And I'm really shook up by this because the globalists already released deadly virus. They already gave out deadly shots. And now they're killing the main source of U.S. power and parlaying it to China. And the average American has no idea what's about to hit them. You think high gas prices, you think devalued currency's bad? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to remember $4, $5 a gallon gas as a wonderful thing because there's not going to be gas in many areas. We'll be right back.